What's up guys, it's Twice, and today I finally have my Celestial deck profile. I'm going to tell you right now that I don't have 4 cards, but the deck is still extremely consistent, it works really well, and I'm hoping to get those 4 cards in the next few days or so. But anyway, I'm just going to be showing the cards that I have right now that I want to replace with the cards that I need with the cards that I want to replace them with. So I have the deck list for you, and we're just going to jump right into it, but of course, we have our blue sleeves going on because this is Celestial, and Lapi/Julie Celestials demand that we have blue sleeves. And I got this the other day. We have our Solidified Celestial Zerachiel deck box, and that was pretty awesome. We got that from a box that we opened, so that was a really nice surprise. But starting right off, we have our First Aid Celestial Peniel. She's really the only good Forerunner that we have right now until Penetrate Celestial comes in, but even still, I kind of like Peniel. So what she does is you throw her into the soul, and you get another Celestial from your damage zone, call it to the rear guard, and then you take the top card of your deck and put it in face down. So it's kind of like a counterblast, but not really, and you really want to be careful of when you use it so that you're not using up space in your damage zone so that you can use Zerachiel as a special counterblast. But she's really good when you're desperate, you really just need a good rear guard, or you can toolbox your damage zone, and then she can get that thing out for you. If you need a Wild Shot Celestial Raguel, you can get her out, or whatever you need to, so she's a great utility for this deck. Alright, starting off on the triggers, I run 4 Rampage Cart Angel, and then I run the 4 Celestial critical triggers, which is Shamyaza. So anyway, 8 crit, pretty standard for Angel Feather. I do the same thing in my Metatron deck. Although I would like to run more Celestials, unfortunately we don't have another Celestial critical trigger, which is kind of disappointing, but I don't really use my triggers for anything other than using the trigger and guarding, so I didn't think it was going to be that much of a problem. I would like to have more critical hit Angels instead of Rampage Cart because she can put more power into my units by just throwing her in the soul, but again, I guess it's all based on personal preference. But I'm waiting for the next critical trigger Celestial to come out. Alright then, and then along with those 8 crits, we of course run 4 draws. That is our Celestial Landing Pegasus. Always run 8 crit 4 draw, especially with Angel Feather, because Angel Feather, with the Celestials, what they do is they maintain hand control. What this subclan does that not a lot of TCGs or parts of a TCG can do really well is balance consistency and power. I always have a big hand, and I always have a lot of power on the field. And frankly, that is one of the best strategies in Vanguard out right now. And that's why I've been seeing a lot more people using Celestials, because they're so good at maintaining hand control. Alright, then when we have our just 4 heal triggers, because, why not have 4 heal triggers? Alright, moving on to the grade 1s. This is one of the cards that I don't have right now, and that is the Perfect Guard, Adamantine Celestial Aniel. Right now I'm using Order Celestial Yigon. What she does is, she's a drop and draw. When you do have a Zerachiel face up in the damage zone, you call her, and then you drop 1 card and draw another. So, while some people like to run her in a deck, frankly, I'd rather have the 4 Perfect Guards, because, as I always say, in a world of cross rides, break rides, and cross break rides, we need 4 Perfect Guards. Very big supporter of having 4 Perfect Guards in every deck. Then, moving on, we have what is probably the best grade 1 in the deck, and best grade 1 Angel Feather out right now. That is Underlay Celestial Hesediel. So what she is a 12k booster. There's nothing more to be said about it. So when you have a face-up Zerachiel in the damage zone, by herself, with her own skill, she gains +3. So she immediately goes from a 6k booster to a 9k booster, and that is without the limit break. If you include Zerachiel's limit break, then you add another +3,000 on top of that, and she's a 12k booster. Imagine a whole back row of these. Every turn, you are boosting for 12k for free. For free. I can't emphasize that enough. There's no soul blasting, there's no counter blast. She's a free 12k booster every turn. So I definitely like to run 4 of her. Then I run 4 Marking Celestial Arabaki. She's the grade 1 10k swinger, kind of like Knight of Friendship K, but for this deck. And it's all about power. If I don't have a grade 2 that I'd like to put up front, I can just throw her up front, and with the limit break, then she has 13. And that can hit cross rides. And she's a grade 1. There's nothing more to be said. I always like to run those power cards because, again, this is what Celestials do. Balance consistency and power. Alright, and this is the last grade 2s that I run. It's Battle Cupid Nociel, because we don't have the Celestial right now, which when you place it lets you exchange a card in your damage zone in your hand. So Battle Cupid Nociel is the next best thing. I know it's not a Celestial, but frankly, I really don't mind that. It's never gotten in the way. It's been more of a help than a hindrance. And if I need to put Zerachiel in my hand into the damage zone, it can do that. If I have a perfect guard in the damage zone that I want to get, then I can do that. So, you know, she helps. She just helps with getting what I need, toolboxing the damage zone. Alright, moving on to the grade 2s. I run 3 10k vanillas, Essence Celestial Becca, for nothing else than just power. She's also a 13k swinger, and a good target for the damage zone. Alright, and then I run 4 Bedavirs, or in this case, Wild Shot Celestial Raguel. What she is a 12k grade 2 swinger, and she's 15 with Zerachiel's Limit Break. So imagine her and Hesediel in the same column. She's 15 by herself, and then Hesediel boosts for 12. That is a consistent 12 or 27k. Oh my god, 27,000 power. This thing is amazing. And then imagine if I get a crit trigger. Alright, I usually attack with my Vanguard first because I don't have stand triggers, so any effects from my triggers I usually give to the 2 rearguard columns that are still standing. And if I get a crit trigger and my opponent puts down a perfect guard, then she's a great target for that crit trigger, because then she's swinging for 32,000 critical too. Oh my god, it's freaking incredible how much power these Celestials have. So, yeah, definitely like to run 4 of her. Now this is a card that I don't have. It is Candle Celestial Sariel. And the reason that I want to run 4, some people like to run 3, some people like to run 2. You know, it's all based on personal preference. What she is when you call her, auto, counterblast 1, choose any Angel Feather from your deck, put it into your damage zone face up, then choose a face up Angel Feather, put it into your drop zone. So you're basically switching 2 face up cards in your damage zone. And Sariel is really good because she's an immediate setup for Zerachiel. You call her, you get Zerachiel, boom, you get power. It's as simple as that. I want to run 4 for consistency purposes alone. And plus with the Limit Break, she's a 12k swinger. Any card in this deck immediately becomes good. And that's why I want to run more of her, because, you know, I just want consistency. I want a really easy way of getting Zerachiel so that I can get that Limit Break faster. Anyway, moving on to the grade 3s. I, of course, run 4 of the break rides, or at least I want to run 4. I'm just using another Yigon in that place for right now. And what Ramiel is, break ride, 10,000 power to the Vanguard, and you take 1 card from your damage zone. It can be face up or face down, so you can get rid of a counterblasted card. Add it to your hand, and then the top card of your deck goes in face up. It's as easy as that. It's like a selective draw. And it's a great way of getting that perfect guard that I can put into my damage zone with Sariel, or, you know, if I have 2 Zerachiels in there, if I want to use the second one to break ride next turn, then I can do that. You know, it's freaking perfect. So Sariel and her go really good in combination. And of course Sariel goes well with Battle Cupid Nociel. So Ramiel, it's a pretty good break ride. It's not like awe-inspiring. It's not like Dauntless Drive Dragon, which, you know, lets you restand your Vanguard. But for Celestials, it works out really well because it helps maintain hand control, which is what this deck does. And then, of course, our boss card, Solidify Celestial Zerachiel, the best Angel Feather out right now. I'm going to say it. She's the best Angel Feather out right now. You know, if you want to contest it, that's great. But Limit Break, continuous during my turn, all of my Celestials get plus 3,000 power, so every column gets plus 6. And then with Hesediel, you know, every column essentially gets plus 9. It's just free power. There's nothing more to it. And then you combine that with Raguel, and you combine that with Arabaki. You get free points. It's so easy to hit high numbers, and all you have to do is have one of these face up in the damage zone. And as I've already said, Sariel can give you that right away. It's that simple to get high numbers with Celestials. That's why it's the best deck I've ever used. And I hope more people are using it, which I think more people are because the price of Celestials has gone up while everything else has gone down. So again, I love this deck. I love using it. It is amazing. It beats almost every other deck that we have out right now. My friend Cross, who you saw in the video, his my Angel Feather versus his Aqua Force is running Genovius. This beats his Genovius every time. You know, just easy. You know, it's not even fair. But you know, it's still competitive. I still lose sometimes, but it's consistent, and that's what I love about it. Consistent and powerful. So, hope everyone gives a like for Celestials because again, it's just an amazing archetype. And have a great day and keep card fighting. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.